biographical sports drama film that came out in 2021 that is directed by Reinaldo Marcus Green, and that stars Will Smith, Saniyya Sidney, Demi Singleton, and Jon Bernthal, and that movie is King Richard. Okay, so this movie has just commenced, and so far we have seen that our titular real-life character, Richard Williams, who is the tennis coach father of the tennis superstar players Venus and Serena Williams, who is here played by Will Smith. Alright, now we are for the first time seeing younger versions of the tennis superstar players Venus and Serena Williams, who are here played by Saniyya Sidney and Demi Singleton respectively. Little did they know that they would one day become famous tennis players in their own rights. We are now seeing that a young Venus and Serena Williams are both now already hard at work on perfecting their skills at playing tennis. I myself think that tennis would be a fun sport for me to try at some point, even though I have so far only played tennis on my Nintendo Wii as well. Even Richard is now watching one of his daughters, Venus, achieve success in the tennis court with pride, and is telling her that she has got this. Look at this! Venus Williams has even already gotten an award for her victory at the tennis court. That is a good indicator of the fame she herself would later achieve. Oh, Richard Williams and his family are checking out the classic animated Disney version of Cinderella. Mind you, that is a Disney movie that I happen to have as one of my favorite movies in general. Wow, the Williams sisters also just played tennis in the rain. I guess either rain or shine, they were determined to chase their dreams of being superstars on the tennis court, am I right? Richard Williams and his family are now meeting up with Rick Macci, a secondary character and real-life tennis coach, who is here played by Jon Bernthal. Richard and his family have relocated to Florida so that Venus and Serena can train at Coach Rick Macci's facility. That was quite the long move for such athletes, as successful as they would be later on in life. The Williams family just returned from a trip to Walt Disney World in the Orlando, Florida area. I would bet that it must have been an exciting time for them there. Richard is now conversing with Venus and is deciding to let her play in the back then upcoming Bank of the West Classic in Oakland, California. At least the Williams family will probably come back to California, which is where they are from. After coming back to California with her family, Venus is showing off some pretty competitive spirit on the tennis courts in Oakland. Venus Williams is here only a teenager, but even back then she was only starting to gain fame as a megastar on the tennis courts that she and her sister Serena would later become. As we get closer to the end of this fact-based movie, we are finding out that a huge crowd of people is expressing strong vocal support for Venus Williams, and that Richard is being told that a lot of major shoe companies are getting anxious to meet up with her. How exciting it must be for the Williams family, considering the tennis legends that Venus and Serena Williams have since back then become. Overall, King Richard is a truly winning biopic of Richard Williams, the tennis coach father of Venus and Serena Williams, that also contains language and violence, but that also at least serves up a family-friendly ace. Join me next time when I review Nobody. I'm Cliff James Flick, your one and only movie reviewing secret agent out there.